I just want your eyes and your lingering affection. I just want your eyes and your lingering affection. I just want your eyes and your lingering affection. Infinity pools and drinks on you like always. This time forever, the moment's just right. There's no need to fight, it's whatever. Infinity pools and drinks on you like always. This time forever, the moment's just right. There's no need to fight, it's whatever. It's our disco honeymoon. Free s'mores on an open
FightSaga.com and Halftime Pizza proudly present WAWR Week Radio Chats with ring announcer and commentator Joseph Heron.
Guys, welcome. We've had some technical difficulties. My apologies, guys. We're trying to get on the editor-in-chief of FightSaga.com, Lee Cleveland, former prizefighter. Hopefully he can still make it. Lee, if you're hearing this, I hope you can still try to click on. But guys, we have a lot to discuss. Oh boy. Because, I've been writing articles all day. I'm getting ready to publish them explaining how Vasily Lomachenko, future Hall of Famer and all-time great 26, 30, and 35-pounder, did not, in fact, get robbed. And that mentality is absolutely absurd if you understand and know how to score a prize fight, as well as if you know what you're looking at in the damn ring. But with that said, well, I'm going to take my chance and introduce for the first time Brother Kevin Perry from Platinum Boxing. How you doing, brother? Platinum Fights. My apologies, man. First time on the show. Welcome to the show, man.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loudly and clearly, my brother. How have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. I was just I was watching the Lakers take a good beating in the NBA Finals. I've been looking for. So after the game, I was looking to see if you guys were doing a show today, and I was like, "I'll come on and chat it up."
Man, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Well,
guys,
I tell you what. Well,
I just want to add something real quick, Joe.
Yes, go ahead. Fire.
You guys have one of the best shows out there. I've been around this business a long time, and there's only probably one or two boxing shows I listen to. I know you guys, I'm so happy you guys have over 1,000 followers now. You guys have really been putting in the work.
Thank you for saying that, Platinum. I appreciate it, my brother.
The other channels with, 50,000 subscribers, and I try to listen to them, and it's
we're going to get into that because they've got this rampant conspiracy theory at this time where they're trying to prove that the judges are legitimately corrupt. We're going to talk all about that and just bust up that conspiracy theory because that's what we do. And guys, at this time, and Kerry, you're going to love this, brother. This is a real treat for all of you guys. It's my pleasure to introduce at this time one of the best guys I know in the boxing business, former prize fighter and current editor-in-chief of the FightSaga.com, as well as our valued sponsor for Warwick Radio, Mr. Lee Cleveland. Lee, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loudly and clearly, my friend. And guys, my apologies. I thought that I just was, just running my voice ragged this past weekend, but it looks like I'm getting genuinely sick and under the weather. So I am braving this, and I want to do this show because once again, there's a ton of ignorance floating around on the internet. Guys, and once again, it's souring the beautiful competition that we just saw on Saturday night. and Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, regardless of who you were rooting for, if you're a real fan of boxing, you weren't disappointed. This was one of the best, most highly skilled, all-action fights we've seen, ending in high drama in quite some time. Now, I'm going to go clockwise. Kerry, what were your thoughts on what you witnessed Saturday night?
I'm sorry, who?
Platinum.
Oh, okay, Platinum. Kevin.
I'm sorry. Kevin, my apologies, my friend. Kevin, go ahead, my friend.
You can address me by KP. I'll just make it simple. That's kind of my little nickname.
That's what I need right now because I'm in a fog. I'm under medication right now, brother.
So, what did you want to ask me now? I'm sorry.
So what do you think, and what did you witness on Saturday night? In your mind, how awesome was that amazing fight?
Well, I'm probably in the minority. I did see like pretty much a chess match. I didn't think it was the most exciting fight, but I do understand from a boxing perspective, it definitely was. There was some intrigue there. I wasn't totally entertained by the fight, but I think partially part of that was I watched Sky Sports broadcast, and the commentator it was pretty atrocious as far as commentated, very one-sided as far as it was like they're watching one guy, and it didn't seem like it was very equal as far as how they were viewing what was going on. So, for example, if Lomachenko was landing punches, they're kind of focusing mostly on him. And obviously,
just like ESPN, right? Yeah,
he was the crowd favorite, obviously. But that was kind of my assessment of what was going on.
A very accurate one, my friend.
Yeah, I don't want to go into too much. I kind of want to be pretty equal and let Lee kind of give his thoughts. We can move on from just my thoughts for a second, if you'd like to.
God bless you, Platinum. Thank you for being here, my friend. We really appreciate you here, man. Mr. Cleveland.
Yes.
I know you saw the fight. Once again, being a former prize fighter and once again being a journalist, you've got the best of both worlds, brother. What were your thoughts on Vasily Lomachenko seemingly turning back the clock at age 35, giving the hungry young lion everything he could handle on Saturday night?
Well, I mean, first of all, I want to say to the speaker previously, like, very, very insightful, like extremely insightful. I think it was a hell of a fight. Both guys, personally, I was rooting for Lomachenko. I always liked the old guy.
Of course.
But I think he came a bit short. I thought, but it was a great fight, Joseph. That's boxing at the highest level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So back in '96, there was a fight between Hector Camacho and Roberto Duran.
Oh boy!
And Sean O'Grady said, "Hey, this is the top level of boxing." But obviously, those two guys were Hall of Famers.
Of course. Of course.
But this fight, this is. It doesn't get any better than this. I love the fight. It could have been a draw. Lomachenko could have won by a narrow margin. Haney did win by a narrow margin. That's what happens. I mean, it's a hell of a close fight, man.
See, this is what I can't understand, guys. And once again, I'm currently working on an article right now, but I'm going to go ahead and read some of it, right? This is what drives me nuts about it, right? And we'll go into all of the nuances that could have skewed both the fans' perception as well as the perception of.
Joe, can I just cut in for a second? I just wanted to comment on something just really quick.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So my assessment was overall after the fight was over. I think what hurts the sport a lot is this, and I think you said this on your last show, is when a fight is close, and when people cry robbery, it really hurts, it hurts the sport a lot because there's a big difference between somebody being robbed and then a fight going either way. And I think it's something that's been so ingrained in the head of fans that when somebody loses a fight, or I guess you could say their guy loses, what people consider, for the most part, a close fight, when people cry robbery, it sends a bad message out there that the sport is corrupt. And so, for example, the weekend before, that fight was a robbery. That was a fight that was stolen opportunity from a fight, and
big
that
time.
was
Big time, brother.
And Raleigh Romero.
And you know what? And you know what? That backlash lasted for about 24 hours. And then look at this in comparison. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that fans, diehard fans even, really don't understand the scoring process or the subtle nuances of what they're looking at in the ring. And I hate to say that because I have so much respect for all of our fans or all of our extended WAWR Radio family members in the chat. I consider them on a different level. I consider them and embrace them as the most intelligent fight fans on YouTube. Right?
Of course. And something I want to add to that as well is I can guarantee you, and this is even myself, so when I'm watching fights for entertainment, I'm not sitting there scoring individual rounds. And I can guarantee you about 85% of the people watching the fights, they're not scoring individual rounds.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on the show. But go ahead, as you were Platinum. Go ahead.
They basically watch the whole fight, and then when the fight is over, they kind of come to a decision on who they think won, and they're not looking at it from the eyes of an actual judge.
That's right. And you know what? And here's the first telltale sign. I'm like, well, why do you think Vasyl Lomachenko won? Well, he was the effective aggressor, and he did he landed the more cleaner, more effective shots, and he did the better work, and and I'm like, well, what rounds? What do you mean? I'm like, well, what rounds? That's how you score a damn fight. You don't look at an entire body work and say, hey, this guy won. Because there are ebbs and flows, especially at this level. There are ebbs and flows in every elite level matchup. And boy, this one was a great one. We saw from round 1 through round 12, constant give and take. And there were, and this is why I can't understand, I can't even fathom why so many diehard fans, supposedly who embrace and have a passion for the sport, are crying robbery. Like, let me ask you this, Lee, how many swing rounds or how many close competitive rounds that could go either way did you count on Saturday night?
I mean, Joseph, there were a few. First of all, I want to compliment Platinum on his very insightful comments.
Very insightful.
Extremely insightful. Like, yes. That fight was a really close fight. In my mind, I was rooting for Lomachenko. I think he came up a bit short.
But once again, hold on, Lee. How many close competitive rounds that could have easily gone either way that you may have scored even on your home card? How many of those rounds could you just take a guess?
Maybe
right?
like 2 or 3? 2? Maybe,
exactly.
Maybe 2?
Exactly. So I had like 3. Right? So if there are rounds that could go either way, then how can that be a damn robbery?
Okay, so out of 12 rounds, in my mind, 2 or 3 at most could have gone either way.
Yep. That's it.
But out of 12, So it can't be a robbery. I mean,
it's driving me nuts. It almost seems, and once again, just going off what Platinum said earlier, it almost seems that diehard fans, once again, he stated very eloquently that it's become ingrained in their personality. That it's almost they've been seduced or tricked into thinking that being overtly negative is a more intelligent or insightful way of looking at these prize fights.
right.
Well, quite the contrary, brother. What it says to me is that you really don't know what you're looking at, or you embrace ignorance. Take your pick, and neither one of them is good. Guys, what we just witnessed are two men who both deserve the victory. They both deserve the victory. And fights are, once again, scored on a round-by-round basis, guys. And once again, it's a very imperfect system. Right? It's a very imperfect process. It's got several flaws, and along with being a very subjective process. Go ahead, Platinum.
So I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. So
take your time, brother. Go ahead.
I was thinking of something else, but I'm going to add something here. So might be something you guys might consider a potential solution to these scoring dramas we have.
Well, hold on. This is another beef I have with most diehard fans. They bellyache with no solution, right? And the Dalai Lama once said, if there's no solution to the problem, then don't waste your damn time worrying or complaining about it. So this is a very breath of fresh air. Go ahead, my friend.
So what do you think about this scenario here? So I think there's been some other stuff tried in some other countries. I don't know how successful it was, but what do you think about, so we have this 10-9 system.
A 10-point must system, yes.
Which to me is, in close fights, there's a huge room for error. So for example,
of course, yes, sir.
So how about, this is the change that commissions do, is if a fighter wins a round decisively, it's a 10-9 round. If it's a close round, you're giving the fighter who kept the round close a 9.5.
Yes, Joseph.
If you do it, if there's a knockdown, it's a 10-8 round.
That's it. And once again, that's the solution, a very intelligent one to a very big problem. And once again, we'll spell it out in these fights, or we'll spell it out in this last fight. We'll give you several examples. But guys, at this time, I'd like to introduce my brother who was actually at the fight, Brother Electro Jed. How you doing, my friend?
What's up?
I don't. Oh, I tell you what, we'll get your thoughts live. And dude, let me tell you, you lucky MF, man, you witnessed a great one live.
Yes,
Those are very few. And once again, this is the thing that drives me nuts. Like, these kind of fights on pay-per-view very seldom live up to everyone's expectation. This one exceeded it. And you saw it live.
I saw it.
Congratulations, my friend. Good call. Guys, at this time, I would also love to introduce my brother, Leonard Thomas. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, it's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Guys, also at this time, I'm trying to figure out, oh, good Lord, hater. I'm trying to figure out how to introduce. Oh, here it is. Try to introduce my brother from Florida, Tony Manzano. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, guys. Hey, Jay.
Senior Tony, how you doing?
It's been a while. How are you guys today?
We're doing great now that you're here, brother.
This sport of boxing is making me lose the hair I have left. To be honest, with this problem.
Why?
Well, I tell you what, just be fortunate that your hair's not completely gray like mine now. Chingao, dude. My hair is like almost down to my butt.
No, I'm going bald. I have no hair in the middle of my head, dude.
Well, I can't.
I'm in my 30s. I have no hair in the middle of my head.
Well, I can't relate to that, man. I'm in my 50s, and my hair's down to my butt almost, but I'm completely gray now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I hold on. So, look, let's hear from EJ right now. EJ, what was the atmosphere like? Like you could hear the cascade of Lomachenko fans towering over the Devin Haney fans, and it was quite shocking because that's Devin Haney's hometown.
I got a story for you about that. I was sitting in G section over at the in that, if you know where G section is.
Well, look. I'll say this and I'll premise this: if you guys have never covered a fight or been to a fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, it's made for boxing. Yes. There isn't a bad seat in the house. It's almost like every seat is overlooking the ring. It's a thing of beauty. Remember, guys, this auditorium was built for Mike Tyson. So go ahead, brother.
All right. So let me start off like this. When me and my wife sat down, and mind you, this is specifically for the Haney Lomachenko fight. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say my section was about 60% Haney fans, 40% Loma fans. That's
really
yeah. But here's it. By round 8,
yep,
everybody in the section was Loma.
Oh, wow.
It was like in the movies, you know, you converted them over to your side and stuff. And Loma did that. Everybody in our section, except maybe one or two, everybody was screaming Loma, where they were mostly screaming.
Well, EJ, let's just be honest, and let's just disclose why, right? Because going into this fight, what were your expectations of this matchup?
My that I thought I had Loma winning, right?
I didn't know that.
No,
because conventional wisdom was, well, this guy's too young, too big, too strong, too skilled, and too tall and rangy, and he was going to keep Lomachenko at the end of his jab, at least do his best to. And by the time Lomachenko finally found that range, well, it was going to be all but over. With Lomachenko being Lomachenko.
To that. My wife is a Loma fan, so I have one of two choices.
Yep.
Root for Loma, right? Or root for Haney and sleep on the couch.
Well, dude, happy wife, happy life, brother. I hope you made the right decision. So I tell you what, let's with that said, let's greet our other valued panelists. Lenar, how did you view the fight going into Saturday night?
Well, going into the fight, I had Haney winning. I thought
what was your potential score? Did you see it being a close, competitive barn burner, or did you see it being a tactical, methodical, Haney wide unanimous decision?
I thought Haney was going to have a pretty wide decision.
Everyone did. Everyone did.
Yeah, on the scorecards and stuff, I just thought.
Yep.
But we got a great fight. It was I want to get into later about people saying robbery and stuff and give my opinion later. But
rubbish.
Yeah. Do you want to know a true? And Joseph, you've been along long enough. You know what a true robbery was Pernell Whitaker versus we need to get that win versus Julio Cesar Chavez.
Well, look. Yes, that was a true robbery, and I was actually in attendance. That was in San Antonio, Texas, at the Alamodome.
That was a robbery. That was a robbery.
Yeah. I agree with
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And I'll tell you what else was a robbery, and Platinum already stated this. Damn it, last Saturday night, Rolly Romero, with that gift, and that was for a title. And everyone forgot about that. And for some reason, they look at that terrible decision by Tony Weeks to stop the fight prematurely. Yeah. And then they look at this. Like, how can like understanding, if you know boxing, how can you look at that and then look at Lomachenko Haney and call that a robbery?
And
how can you do that in good conscience?
For an undisputed fight in modern times, I thought actually was a robbery too. Was Jack Caldwell versus Josh Taylor. I thought that Jack Caldwell did more than enough with all the knockdowns he got, and he still didn't get the decision. To me, that was
You know what? And honestly, I agree with that as well. That was a robbery, but not at the level of Pernell Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez.
No. That's top. That's like top 3.
That fight was a robbery, though. Like that fight was. I remember that. I mean, in Lennar's, like that fight was pretty conclusive.
Yep.
I mean, that was the same time. Like that was pretty conclusive.
Yeah, but Joseph hit the nail right on the head, guys. The robbery, picture perfect, is what happened on the 13th.
Yep,
that was a robbery. That's a robbery. Now listen, I just watched the fight again, just before I came on this panel, and I have to change the score that I had from when I saw it live. When I saw it live, I personally had it 8-4 Loma. I watched the fight again just now.
Yep.
I had to change now I had it 7-5. If I can change just that score, it being 7-5, I can't see this being a robbery.
No. And once again, Pencil Neck Geek, welcome to the show, sir. He says only idiots were dismissing Lomachenko. Guys, go back last week, and I was telling everyone what I think is insane is everyone thinking that this is going to be a one-sided fight.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do you remember that last week?
Hey, Joe, can I just add something real quick? And I just want to
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I want to stress on this point, and I think this needs to be hammered into the heads of people who watch boxing. Is when you're watching boxing with your friends, you're drinking beers or you're hanging out. You're not focused on like how a judge is supposed to be focused on everything that's going on. And
That's right.
I went to the WBO convention years ago. I went to the judging seminar. I went through all that stuff. I was around some of the most well-known judges in the world at that convention. And we went over how to judge fights. Dwayne Ford was heading
Dwayne Ford.
So I know how to score fights. But when I'm at home and I'm watching a fight and I'm drinking beer, I cannot take my assessments of what's going on 100% when I'm watching a fight, because I'm not there to judge a fight. I'm there for entertainment value. And I think what happens is people watch fights, they're not paying attention to what's going on. 3 minutes of every round. And what happens is they get into a pattern of what they think they're seeing, but they're not paying 100% attention to what's going on. And that kind of leads to this idea of the perception you're having is not necessarily the perception that a judge is having, because they're paid to be there.
Absolutely right.
Time judging a fight. Mind you, Dave Moretti's 78 years old, so his scorecard is a little bit questionable. I do question the
What do you mean a little bit questionable? You're being nice, brother.
But yeah,
what the hell?
I do the ability of the judges, some of the scorecards, but at the same time, they're there to be paying attention 100% of the time. People who are watching at home, people who are at the arena, they're there to have a good time. They're not spending every second writing down their stuff on the scorecard after every round.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
So I just want
They're making a blanket assessment of what they think is going on. But guys, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce my brother within the boxing business, the incomparable G Funky Boxing. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. Just listening in to everybody and figured I'd click the link, man, and jump in.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe,
Thank
could
you,
I say
man.
something about the fight real quick?
Yes, sir, Tony. As you were, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, when I watched the fight live. When I was watching it, I had it unanimous. I had it split unanimous, but when I rewatched the fight again, I had it split decision for Loma. I had it 110, 112 for the first card. The second card,
Whoa. Wait a minute. You're one person and you had a split decision verdict?
No. If I was a judge, I would have had it split decision, not unanimous. No, I'm saying, I would have had it split decision. I wouldn't have had it like that. Some of these cards were weird, where it seemed like they were favored. They had Haney winning all the rounds, like in the middle. In the middle of the fight, I had 50-50 rounds from round 4 to round 8. Those rounds, I had it 50-50, where each fighter was winning segments of the round, and I had it like not 10-9 one round, 10 like 8-7 one round. Like, it was very close. Where I tell you what, Tony. Yeah, it was extremely close, and once again, what you're saying negates the idea, and it completely diminishes the idea of it being a robbery. And so, Lee, once again, man, how did you actually score the fight?
Yeah, I saw a very close fight. I think rounds 4 to round 8 hurt Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the aggressor. He kind of went to sleep, and then he woke up. He had a good early rounds, he had good late rounds, but the volume in between wasn't quite there. And it was a good close fight. I appreciate that. Good close fight. I mean, it could have been a draw. But he fought it.
Who would you have?
But
can you
go back to Lenar? Like, I didn't see him winning that fight, though. I really didn't.
I did. Listen, Oh, go ahead, Joseph.
No. You've heard Lenar. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say this is the problem with boxing fans. They judge it. They judge the people who new eyes in the sport. They judge a boxing match just based off of moments, but they don't judge the whole round, and that's the problem. Beginning because Loma had more moments than Devin Haney, but that's not the whole
he
story.
He had more moments.
He had more moments, but that's not the whole duration. Loma. Not only do I think that wasn't a robbery, I think the right man got the decision. That's just my opinion, though. But it's
so here, guys. Let's put an end to this mystery, right? Who's to blame for Lomachenko actually supposedly, quote unquote, getting robbed that night?
Himself.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one. So no. Lenar's right. It's Vasily Lomachenko. And I'll tell you why. During the post-fight press conference, he stated this verbatim. When someone asked him from press row and ringside observer, stating, hey, is there something you think you could have done to sway the judges in your favor? He said this, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm fighting every round. Then I come back in the corner and, okay, it's my round. My corner is telling me it's my round. And I understand. And then I go into the 12th and I understand. Okay, maybe I need a little bit defense and I can give him this round. I don't need to win this round because I'm winning the 11 rounds. Not all 11 rounds, but I understand in 11 rounds, it looks like my score. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand boxing. End quote. He just let the cat out of the bag. According to the directive of Anatoly Lomachenko, his father and head trainer, he told him going into the 12th, you're winning the fight. Don't worry about this round. Play it safe. Play defense. And you're still going to win this fight. Right?
And see, that's the problem. See, he puts it on cruise control. He did the same thing versus Teofimo Lopez, who put it on cruise control. You can't do that. You got to take it. You can't give up rounds, especially unless you knock a guy out or you just completely mollywop.
Look, guys. In a highly skilled back and forth battle, in which both fighters fought brilliantly with many impressive moments, why would a guy like Vasily Lomachenko not deliver the coup de grace? He had all the momentum going into the 12th round.
Well, hey, Joe. I think the perception is they're telling him that to coast, but a lot of the times, whatever the trainer is telling the fighter has to make a decision on what he needs to do to win the fight. So, for example, there's something that was occurring in the fight that was keeping Lomachenko's hands in his pocket, and they were the body shots. And he was very tentative at times. When you see Lomachenko, he would be more aggressive. He'd be coming forward. Even in the Lopez fight, you saw that also. There was something that was occurring that was keeping him from letting his hands go. And I think that's really what cost him the fight for the most part, because there wasn't a whole lot of action. But Devin Haney would land some good body shots. And I think we were talking about this in the show yesterday. James Gogi.
Well, look. I'm sorry, as you were, and my apologies. You were saying something about James Gogi's quote. Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah, James Gogi was saying that those body shots that Devin Haney was landing, they were getting Lomachenko's respect.
Yep.
And they were making him think about attacking. So obviously those punches were having an effect. And I think that's what the judges were seeing. And that's kind of what I was seeing most of the fight, because I didn't see Haney really fighting his normal fight, but he found something. Maybe something that he was looking at on tapes or something. He's like, if I keep landing these body shots, it's going to keep Lomachenko, or it's going to let Lomachenko give me respect. He's not going to be just throwing punches.
That's it.
And I think that's that the judges saw for the most part.
And it almost seemed like Devin Haney once again, and I thought it was a very dubious strategy. One, he figured, Vasily Lomachenko, he's not as proficient when fighting on his back foot. And two, I'm going to send a message to not only Vasily Lomachenko, but to the judges at ringside, that I'm going to be the one pressing the action. I'm going to be more assertive, right? I'm the one who's the bigger, stronger guy. I'm the champion. Lee, were you a bit surprised as to, in the first round, in the opening bell, when Devin Haney elected to step towards Vasily Lomachenko, were you a bit surprised?
Yeah, absolutely. I really thought Haney would really dominate the fight from the beginning.
Who's got the guitar?
He didn't, because of Lomachenko. Lomachenko did so many things so well. I love the way that he stepped. I love his defense. I love the way that he spinned him around.
Yep.
Like, he fought so confidently. Okay. My thing is going back to Platinum, going back to Lamar. He fought a hell of a fight.
Yep.
But just wasn't.
I think he came up short. He fought a hell of a fight, but he
and once again, guys, Vasily Lomachenko has no one to blame but himself and his father. Look, in a highly contested contest, Okay, once again, when it's all the marbles, when it's for all the marbles at 135.
I'm not sure I blame him though, Joseph. I mean,
expound. Once again, you brought up the Meldrick Taylor Jesus Chavez fight, or Julio Cesar Chavez fight.
That was a robbery.
No. Meldrick Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Lee, like once again, you brought that up earlier. Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what was his decision going into that final round? Ultimately,
Who's it? Who?
He laid it all out on the table.
Lou Duva.
Yeah, Lou Duva's like, hey, box well, stay away, but we don't know the cards. Win the round. Box well, but win the round.
And how was the reaction after the fight toward Lou Duva?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was discussed. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
Can I say something here?
Yes,
quick?
EJ, go ahead, sir. EJ, go ahead, sir.
Let's remember. All right, here's thing everyone needs to remember. Vasily Lomachenko is fighting in Devin Haney's backyard with American judges. All right.
Well, a backyard
that he can't judges, though.
Okay, once again, a backyard that he can't sell tickets in, right? And once again, what were the majority of the fans there?
Oh yeah,
you had to tell me.
Come on now, man.
No, you got to be fair. I've got to bring that up. Let's not act like Devin Haney had it was all cookies
sell out my living room on a Saturday night, brother. Come on now, let's be honest.
Hey,
I'm being honest. The thing is, like I said, my section was 60% fucking Haney fans and converted over to Lomachenko by 8th round. This is how I felt the arena was acting too. My thing is, Loma is fighting in the United States. He's fighting on foreign territory. He's fighting with all the judges that are from the U.S. He's fighting basically in Haney's backdoor. Fine.
Yeah.
Not everybody is a Haney fan, but he should have taken that sense of urgency all the way to the 12th.
Yep.
He should have taken that through the 12th. I could understand him being lackadaisical if he would have gotten a knockdown. If he would have gotten just one knockdown throughout the entire fight, then we'd probably be having a different conversation right now.
Yeah, Joseph, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, I think that.
Yep.
Yeah, like had he knocked him down or something, but in this fight, he didn't do that.
See, I noticed for me, I noticed points in the fight that you guys say Loma got lackadaisical, but I saw points in the fight that Devin, in the other way, got lackadaisical where Loma caught him with shots where Devin was being over cocky and overconfident, and he was putting his hands down.
This is what it's a product of, and once again, it's the head trainers. Both head trainers were telling their sons, "Hey, you're winning this fight." Okay, and once again, Bill Haney told that to Devin Haney going into the 10th round. But that was a huge mistake, obviously.
It was a huge mistake, and this is why I've always said I mean, at a certain point, mostly in boxing, man, the father's got to step out because they just get to make too many emotional decisions. And at the end of the day, Bill Haney, he better be lucky. And I love Devin Haney; he's my favorite 135 pounder right now. But he better be lucky he was facing Vasily Lomachenko, and he wasn't.
Well, I tell you what, how does it feel to be the lone person in that club? Because everyone seems to hate Devin Haney with a passion at this time. And you know what? Once again, it's not his fault that the Nevada State Athletic Commission gave him the decision. G Funky, brother.
Yes, sir.
And I've been waiting to hear what you have to say about this fight and the judge's verdict.
Well, first I want to say is that I agree with most fans that it was not a robbery. I feel like
whoa, hold on. Most fans?
I'm seeing
Brother,
most
fans have been screaming robbery and corruption. It's absurd. And we're going to get into that in a second. In fact, that's going to be our next segment.
From what I've been seeing, I mean, there's been a mix of who they thought won, which means it was a close fight. So that's the way I saw it. You know, that's the way I predicted it as well. I said, this is going to be a razor tight fight. I believe I actually picked Lomachenko by either split decision or majority decision to win. I felt it was going to be that close. But I did have Lomachenko winning the fight, 115, 113, with one swing round that I had on my card, which could have made it a draw.
That's understandable because I had 3 swing rounds that could have easily gone either way. And once again, what's being lost in this absolute nonsense, right? And once again, I want to get your thoughts, guys. After I state this, I want to get your thoughts on Paulie Malignaggi's latest comments. And I'm getting ready to debunk all of his bullshit conspiracy theories and his claims that he top-ranked signed Devin Haney 2 days before the bout. That's absolute bullshit. Guys, once again, this was the best of boxing, in my opinion. This was, so far, the fight of the year. Once again, because of the caliber, the level at which both men fought. This was a high-level chess match, right?
Yes, it was a fun fight, and this is my favorite type of fights. I love.
And it was shockingly filled with action. Like, G-Funky, be honest, you didn't think there was going to be this much action in this fight.
No, I did not. I did state that I feel like Devin should definitely try to push forward and push Lomachenko back because he's not the same Loma going on the back foot. Yeah.
How did that work out, though, for Devin Haney?
I feel like it did work in several rounds. I feel like his body, I love the body work. You know, I just wish you would have thrown more combinations to the body instead of just one shot at a time.
He never does.
Yeah. And I think that's what really, to me, that's what really kind of took away from it a little bit because
why does Devin do that?
Late, you know, he did come on.
Why does Devin do that?
Look,
pot shots.
Well, look.
Well, he's concerned about getting hit. That's why.
Well, and once again, I'll explain this to you, Tony, right? If you don't want to get countered effectively, right, you're going to limit that sample size. You're going to limit that window opening in which, well, Lomachenko, let's face it, he's one of the most skilled, if not the most skilled fighter in boxing. So he's going to often exploit, if you open that window of opportunity, he's going to take advantage of it. And Devin and Bill Haney knew this. They really did their homework in this fight, right? And it was obvious. They're attack to the body. They're once again stepping around Vasyl Lomachenko. Once again, every time he would pivot, they would pivot to the right with him.
Yep.
Right.
And listen, I don't know where everybody stands on this panel, but like I said, not only I don't think it was a robbery, I think the right man won the decision. And I wasn't even mad at 116, 112, as shocking as that was. You know why? Because Devin Haney just won a lot of rounds in the beginning.
Well, look, I wasn't appalled by that until I read the scorecard.
Yeah.
Okay. No, hold on. So once again, Dave Moretti, it's inexcusable. And thank God that they have the 3-judge system at ringside, because the 2 offsets the shit ref, the shit judge, right? And once again, how can you justify scoring 5 of the final 6 rounds for Devin Haney, including round number 10?
You can't.
It's impossible, guys. It's impossible to rationalize. It's impossible to and once again, I tell you what, G-Funky, at your next event in either Nevada or California, say hi to Dave Moretti for me, right? Because he's going to be right there at the regional or club level.
Yeah, most likely.
He's going to be judging the next Showbox event. because he's getting a huge demotion, right?
You should just step down for good.
You know what? We would be so lucky if he pulled an Adelaide Bird or what's her name? Who's the one who scored the CJ Ross? Yes, we would be so lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, that would be a gift. That would be the gift that keeps on giving. Right there with Levi Martinez, right?
Oh, God.
And you know what else?
Why do you bring up Levi? Why do you have to bring up Levi?
Hey,
what
Justin,
a sack of shit that is.
Who else? You know who else I don't really mess with like that? His scoring is Larry Hazard. Oh, you like Larry?
What's the girl's name?
Well, look. What is he? 110 now?
That's what I'm saying.
Larry Hazard?
Yeah.
So Lee. Now, once again, Lee, what were your thoughts going into the championship rounds? And once again, we understood watching this that this was Lomachenko's last stand. He needed to sweep all these rounds. And once again, going into that, we talked about this, right? Lomachenko seemingly needed to sweep all these rounds to get a victory. Right?
Right. Yeah. I thought that I thought he was in dire straits.
Yep.
You know, he did a great job in the early round. I'm looking at rounds 4 through 8 that I thought that his opponent dominated. Maybe not dominated, but easily won. So in that round, going into like the latter rounds, I'm thinking, well, Loma needs to do something he needs to do something.
Yeah, he needs something. Yeah.
Because he's falling behind in this fight. Now, Joseph, as we talked about, the highlight film, if you're on the ESPN or a sports channel, yeah, he got the highlights because he had all these flashy combinations. But it doesn't reveal what's going on. In the interim, like Haney was carrying a lot of these rounds on their hard punches. I'm talking about rounds 4 through 8, 4 through 9. That four through 8 hurt Loma more than any.
Big time. Yeah. So once again, here's for the skewed perception, right, guys? And Platinum touched on this earlier, right? And he once again gave the WBA solution back in the day with the decimal points, right? But once again, this is the problem. This is the problem, and this is what's created these cries of robbery, right? Prize fights are scored on a round-by-round basis. Everyone knows that. In which the winning fighter is rewarded a 10-9 verdict without the benefit of a knockdown. But here's where both fighters and fans' perceptions can be skewed. In the 10th and 11th round of action in last Saturday's fights, Lomachenko overwhelmingly won both rounds in which he visibly hurt his opponent and seemingly battered him from pillar to post. Two of the judges at ringside scored both rounds 10-9 in favor of Lomachenko. The same two judges scored rounds 1 and 3, in which relatively little to no action ensued, in favor of Devin Haney. Both rounds were scored the exact same way, 10-9. While admittedly, Lomachenko did the much more decisive and consequential action in the 10th and 11th rounds compared to Haney's round-winning work in 1 and 3. Mm-hmm. Both tandem rounds, unfortunately, are scored the exact same way.
Yes.
That's a huge flaw in the scoring system, and that creates that perception of robbery. in the minds of casual and mainstream fans, and even a lot of diehard fans, right?
Absolutely.
That's why I was saying, Joseph, I'm like, these guys are boxing off of moments, but they're not boxing, scoring each round and counting the rounds up. Even if Devin Haney may not have put an ass whooping like Noma did 10 through 12, but 1 through 3, if he still won those rounds, he still bagged those rounds, regardless. So that's their box. They're judging.
See, that's a huge problem when you're talking about the casual and mainstream perception of the sport, because once again, you have everyone screaming robbery right now. When once again, and you hate this, and this is why I condone bringing back scoring even rounds, because you hate to see a round like the first with relatively no action determining the winner of the fight. And that's what basically we saw on Saturday night.
I'm not
Joe, I have a question for you. Joe,
I just wanted to jump there real quick, if that's okay.
Yes, sir, Platinum.
The reason why I'm against scoring even rounds is because judges are paid to be watching the action and being able to come up with a decisive winner of a round. And I think it's kind of a cop-out, because you used to see this about 30 years ago. You would see fights in the 70s where you would have judges score like 5 or 6 even rounds. And to me, it's ridiculous. It's kind of a cop-out in a way. If you're
look, Platinum. Look, Platinum. In the mind of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, okay, you're in like-mindedness with that group, right? We're paying you good money to be the experts, to be the judges here in this elite level matchup, and you're going to score around even? Well, you know what? Here's my response to that. Once again, you would hate for an uneventful round to determine the winner of a fight of that magnitude.
I get it, but what I'm saying is the problem a lot of the times is the judges, not necessarily. I understand the scoring criteria can be very difficult at times in close rounds, but at the same time, you have a lot of judges, for example, who, when they make a bad scorecard, this Moretti guy that we're talking about.
Yep.
There's no reprimand, so probably in about
no. That's incorrect, Platinum. That's incorrect. Once again, I know the system, right? I know the system. Dave Moretti, I guarantee you, he's going to be dry. Like in baseball, when you're in a slump, what do? They put you back down to AAA and AA, right? To where you can fight through your slump, right? They do the same thing to judges. So here we go. And once again, that's why I said, G Funky, say hi to Dave Moretti in the club level, right? At the showbox level, because that's what he's going to be seeing for the next year. Look, I know. Look, whoa. Once again, this is why I'm such a huge proponent of anti-conspiracy theory, anti-bullshit, anti-robbery. Now, once again, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, just like California, just like Texas, just like New York, they do not want to be affiliated with any kind of controversy at all, because these promoters, these fighters, the entire business of boxing depends on their unbiased, objective, expert opinion, right? Of these fights.
See, and this is where I can't.
Hold on, guys. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to the show virtuoso guitar player and all-round great guy, my brother Peter Von Arx. Peter, how you doing, brother?
Bro?
Hey, Pete.
Thank you, Joseph.
It's my pleasure, brother. It's good to have you on here. Look, hold on, guys. Well, Peter, speak your piece, brother, while I go take a beta test. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, this is how I had it. I gave Loma the first round, and the second round. I gave the third round to Haney. I gave the fourth round to Haney, I gave the 5th round to him, although he didn't deserve it. I gave the 6th round to him. He was starting to fade. After that, it was just a regular Loma beatdown until the 12th round when he showed something. But, you know, in my opinion, even if Loma would have knocked him down, it wouldn't have made any difference. And the reason I say that is because I understand the politics of boxing. It isn't like we haven't seen this before, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they want who they want, and they're going to get who they get. Look at Barbosa. They called that fight early. Canelo and Triple G. Triple G should have won it. We all know that. You know, and it just goes on down the line. It happens all the time. So I'm not mad. It was a great fight.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around your scoring. You gave the first. I think you're just giving the first 2 rounds to Loma because you want to give it to him, not because he.
No, I just don't think those little belly punches were much. They didn't stop Loma much.
Loma didn't even land any shots.
He came cracking back, so.
But Loma, I didn't. But Loma only landed like 1 shot at the end of the second.
He cracked him more than that. Cracked him more than that.
But how many? But you're not. And, how many times did Devin crack?
Heaney's a good fighter. Nothing against Devin.
So is Loma, but he lost.
Well, yeah, he actually didn't lose. He just didn't win the nod. Didn't get the nod. It's all politics, in my opinion.
The right back won, brother.
I thought Loma beat him down. I gave it. It was 8-4.
I disagree. Loma won it.
No, I mean that's Haney won it.
Yeah, Haney got the nod. Haney got the nod, but Loma won the fight.
No. Guys, this is what I think. To avoid this situation that we're having where fans are crying alleged robbery, why not have two human judges and maybe a robot? You know how how baseball has a robot umpire now to determine where to get the strikes more accurate and stuff like that? Why not have a robot judge in the back like a computer scoring the fight?
I don't know, man. That takes away the human aspect of boxing. But all I'm saying,
we had a robot. No, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. Is what I'm saying. Having two human judges next to the ring, and then
look,
a computer.
Look, guys. Honestly, look, Ladar. Honestly, I think having 3 judges on either side of the ring, it's a very antiquated concept. In my opinion, put them in their own concealed studio, right? In their own concealed part of the arena. Give them a fucking monitor and let them see every angle of the action. The same thing that the fans are seeing.
Good idea.
What's wrong with that?
Excellent idea.
That's actually the smart thing to do. I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
And Brother EJ.
Greed.
Again, oh, stop it.
Hey, I just got to say, I didn't think it was a robbery. I understand how it works. I was happy as hell to see the fight. Okay.
Well, look. And I know you were rooting for Vasil Lomachenko. I already know that. And once again, you couldn't have been happier with his performance at age 35 in the lightweight division. Once again, when is the last time anyone has seen a 35-year-old put forth a performance like that in the lightweight division?
Yeah, Sweepy Whitaker actually did.
Oh shit, that's Sweepy Whitaker, brother.
Actually, actually did that too. I mean, he was a great fighter. But I mean, no. I mean, Peter, I don't see your point quite. I mean, it was a great fight. Well, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Don't see what? Don't see what? Say, explain it. Don't see what?
Come on, Lee. Be specific, brother.
I don't see him like as a fan of Lomachenko. He didn't win that fight. He didn't. I mean, it shouldn't even be controversial. Like he lost the fight, but everyone loses. I mean, like he lost.
That's right. Look. And that's one thing that I can't stand about fans nowadays. It's like, look, a loss doesn't mean at the end it's the end of the world. There has to be a winner. There has to be a loser.
At
right?
35 it does, though.
So what's the big deal? And why is everyone so somber about it? Now, G-Funky, I'm going to ask you, please talk us through why you truly believe that Lomachenko narrowly eked out this victory and deserved to get his hand raised at the end of the night.
Well, I just feel like when the fight was tight in the mid rounds, he took over, man, late. Now, the last round was a Devin round. I gave that to him, no doubt about it. But I just feel like he was the guy that was landing 2 to 3 shots to where Devin is landing 1 at a time, you know? And for me, again, he's pressing forward. I feel like his shots were more effective because we did see Devin get hurt in the 11th round. Even with the good body attack from Loma, I didn't see him really slow down that much, especially to come on late, 35 years old. It's a good body attack from Devin. I liked it. But
I will say this. Perhaps that's why he didn't come on until the 10th round.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
and I will go further. I will go further. Perhaps that's why he was out of gas going into the 12th.
It was a close fight.
I don't think he was out of gas.
Listen, and this is what
Look. According to Vasyl Lomachenko, once again, he wasn't out of gas. I think he's covering up, to be honest. I think he was. I think he was out of gas after those 2 consecutive just dominant rounds in 10 and 11. I think he's covering up saying, well, yeah, I took the 12th round off because what the hell, dude? What really? In the biggest fight potentially of your career, the only pay-per-view event that you'll ever see, and you're taking the 12th off. Really? In a fight that hangs in the balance? No shit.
Well,
that
he
makes
didn't think it was hanging in the balance.
no sense to me. Huh?
He didn't think it was hanging in the balance. He thought he had it.
Are you absolutely sure about that?
Yeah, well, yeah, or otherwise he wouldn't have taken the 12th off.
No, are you sure about that? Once again,
Are you sure that he was tired? No,
of course not. So once again, it's just my theory. It's my theory. Once again, my theory is, and it's a conceivable theory that he punched himself out in rounds 10 and 12, and that he had no choice, and that he chose, and not thinking that he was way ahead on the scorecards, because how could you? How could you? Are really, so once again, are fighters really that obtuse to what's going on in the ring? Because according to Coach Ronnie Shields, he goes, you know what? My fighters, man, they know what the hell's going on. They know who's winning the fight. And I was like, well, you know what? Really? Because most fighters seem to be oblivious as to who's winning the fight in reality. He says, no, my fighters understand. So what are your thoughts? And once again, we're going to go counterclockwise, starting with Platinum. Platinum, do you think that was oh, holy shit, someone's taking a shit on the show. Holy shit.
Good Lord.
Dude, someone is laying a fucking mahon on the show. Dude,
oh, God.
Dude, Abe Lincoln is on the show. Building a log cabin, brother. Holy shit.
Lincoln Logs.
my apologies, guys. Oh, wow. So hold on. On that note, guys, let me do something that I haven't done in over an hour. And I'm going to address our members of the chat, our extended family members. Once again, guys, we want to give a big shout out to my brother Jesus M. Salutes to you, brother. Thank you for being here tonight. Hope you're still here. I will say this. Once again, I'll say this. Please respond in English. so I can respond likewise. Otherwise, go fuck yourself, brother. Thank you for playing. Here's my brother. Once again, give a big shout out to my brother Tycho TV. Salute to you, my friend. And please excuse my voice, sir. I'm getting sick, actually. Well, I should say I am sick. Yeah. I thought it was just fatigue, but yeah, it's
I want to bring up this whole ridiculous crap with Paulie. Has he always been like this? Where he makes it?
Hold on, we're gonna go right into that next. Want to welcome my brother, Low Clarity. He says Devin did amazing work. Calling it a robbery really overlooks that. Indeed, here, brother. Here. That's great. And once again, want to welcome my brother Cali Fire to the show. And he says close fight, definitely not a robbery. Once again, I wish everyone thought like you did. We should be heralding this event. We should be heralding this event as being one of the best that we've seen in years. Unfortunately, it's being overruled by the Salem witch trials, right? Bunch of herd mentality idiots. And I owe a personal apology, my dear. Check it out. This to my brother John McSmith. And once again, I apologize. I was in a terrible mood last night, and I said some things that were probably a little too harsh. Much respect. Please accept my apology, my friend. God bless you, brother, and thank you for being here, my friend. Yeah, I was really harsh, and it was very uncalled for. Here's to my brother Tyrese Bowie. He says 7-5 Haney. That's the way I saw it. Here's to always the ultimate optimist, Joey Chaz. Loma got robbed. Okay. Whatever you say, brother. Goodness gracious. Also, some rando, he says, Loma got robbed. That's getting old, brother. That is getting really old.
Joseph, can I say something to this, please?
Go ahead. Floor is yours, sir.
Here's the thing, guys. Everyone that's saying the guy, Loma got robbed. I'm a Loma fan. My wife's a Loma fan. We saw this fight live. We were there. And let me tell you right now, what happened in this fight is something, a rarity. These two men brought out the best of each other. And nobody seems to be acknowledging that. And that's what you want to see in the fight. Loma brought the best Haney that could possibly fight out.
That's it.
He brought that dog out. And Haney brought out the best Loma that you could bring out at 35 years old. He looked like a young Loma.
That is true. He did. And I'm still trying to get over the fact that someone dropped a Mahone on my show. Holy shit.
So that's
and Jed, I'm gonna say this. Loma looked like when he fought Lara Ereslande at 126. That's what he looked like.
No,
right?
Loma
you mean Rigo?
He looked like a young
Rigo. Yeah, Rigo.
Yep.
So my thing is this. Even though I watched the fight a second time, and I had to change it from 8-4 Loma, I changed it to 7-5 Loma. Now, if I can have it down to a 7-5 Loma, how the fuck is that a robbery if it went 7-5 Haney?
Well, hey, hold on, EJ. Hold on, EJ. I'm gonna say this real quick. If I can change, you can change, everyone can change. No. Hold on. Let me just add this real quick. Right? Devin ain't got no jab. Well, not against southpaws, sure. But once again, when you're facing a southpaw and you're an orthodox fighter and you're jab heavy, how many fighters can actually do that? And there it is. Look, I have to get into this, guys, and we're almost at the tail end of the show, and I do have to get your opinions on this. And yes, I'm going to read the quotes, as insane as they are, and I'm getting ready to debunk this bullshit, because as soon as I found this out, I called up Bruce from Top Rank. He said this is absolute dog shit, right? Here it is. Refugio Garcia, welcome to the show, sir. He says Polymaniaji, easy for me to say, right? Polymaniaji revealed that Haney signed a 2-fight extension before the fight. Guys, once again, Bill Haney may be a lot of things, including an ugly motherfucker.
No.
But he's not stupid. Why would you sign a 2-fight extension to your contract before you get the leverage of beating Vasyl Lomachenko? And once again, it makes no sense at all. And that's exactly what Bruce told me. He said that's bullshit. Paulie is nuts. Verbatim.
That's my question. That's my question, Joe. Has Paulie had a history even when he was fighting, making these crazy, controversial statements?
Look. I'm going to tell you a story, right? And G Funky's heard this, I think. When he was in town for a Showbox card about 10 years ago, right? Me and another promoter took him out, and it was after he was sparring because he was still fighting while doing commentary for Showtime, right? And we took him out we said, hey man, do you want to go eat something? What are you going to go eat lunch? And he goes, hey man, you got a Jason's Deli somewhere around here? And I said, well, dude, you're in San Antonio. You can eat Jason's Deli anywhere. Why don't you eat some, and he goes, look, no offense, Aaron. You guys aren't exactly the healthiest people in the world.
Oh my God. Really? He says something like that?
No. It gets worse than that, right? He's got no filter. Right?
Motherfucker, you got cannolis coming out the fucking veins.
So it gets worse than that, brother. And so I was like, holy shit, did he just say that? And everyone's like laughing. He goes, no, man, come on. I'm in training right now. And he had a fight coming up somewhere, and I think it was a Zab Judah fight, right? So we took him to Jason's Deli, and I made the mistake of asking him, dude, you've been in some great fights. Who is the hardest puncher you've ever faced? Oh shit! And he got up, and his eyes got as big as saucers, right? And he was like, oh shit, you know what, man? When I faced Miguel Cotto, that motherfucker, and he went off on this strange Alice in Wonderland type journey, right? And he was standing in the aisle of Jason's Deli acting the shit out. I was like, holy shit, can you say PTSD? I was like, oh my gosh, dude. And yeah, everyone was looking at him about to call the police. Oh, let me tell you something, man. Blah, blah, blah. And he just keeps on going. He's like a machine gun. Brrr. Dude, he does not stop. And as soon as you try to shut him up, he gets louder and his voice gets higher. And right then and there, I looked at the promoter I was with and I said, bro, this guy's nuts. And you know what? He's still the same guy. With that said, I'm going to read his quotes.
Uh-oh.
The Haney fight. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah, we're ready for this.
Good. Not this.
Here goes. Quote, you know, the small percentage of people that had Haney win in the fight and are happy that he got the decision, are happy the white guy lost. That's it. That's a small percentage of people, because even most everybody, black, white, Spanish, everybody I've talked to, you see them in public and you see them publicly stating things, all have Lomachenko winning the fight. If you still have Haney winning the fight after everything that everyone said, besides the 3 judges, which we already know are in the bag, right? Aside from them, and I got one more little tidbit, I'll bring it to you here. Bob Arum of Top Rank re-signed Haney 2 nights before the fight. What does that tell you? End quote. Once again, spoke with Bruce. It's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They haven't even talked to Team Haney. Right? Absolute fucking garbage. So what that tells me is, one, for some strange reason, Paulie has a real hard-on for Devin Haney. Two, what that tells me, Paulie's fucking officially nuts. How do you like that?
That's nothing new with the story you just told, Joe.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Can
And once again, I lived that shit. I lived that shit.
Can it be a combination of both, though, Joseph? Can it be a combination of both?
No, it sure is. It sure is. It sure is. He's got a hard-on for Devin Haney, and he's fucking nuts. Dude, once again, you know he's nuts. Once again, I will give you the telltale sign. This is a tell, like if you're playing poker, right? Look at his fucking eyes when he's talking. Dude, he looks like, do you remember those motherfuckers who were wearing the Nikes and all dressed the same way? Do you remember Hail Bop, G Funky? Do you remember that shit?
Oh, man. Now you're testing my memory.
Do you remember Hail Bop? Do you remember those guys who all killed themselves?
Yeah, they went in
in bunk beds, dressed the same
wow.
way. Like, do you remember that guy who made that freaky video of the UFO coming to rescue them?
Oh, was it I know what you're talking about.
Hail Bop, yes. Look at his eyes next time he talks. He looks exactly the fucking same way.
Let's hope
nuts,
it's not CTE. Let's hope it's not CTE, though, Joseph.
He's nuts, brother.
He has that glazed over look. That 1,000-yard stare.
Like he's not there with you. Like he's not with you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's hope that 1,000-yard stare is not caused by CTE or something.
Oh, shit.
Something else.
Like, you know what, man? And once again, it looks like he's waiting for Aleister Crowley to reemerge.
Oh, I haven't heard that song in a while.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, he's nuts. And I can tell you that firsthand. And there's a reason why Showtime canned his ass. He's fucking nuts. And once again, he's a very smart guy. Very smart. But he's not all there, guys.
He's not somebody.
I'm going to say this. He's two tacos. He's 2 tacos short of a combination plate.
Yes, yes. You know what, brother? Well, yeah, that's perfect. And once again, he's not dealing with a deck of 52 cards. He's not. He's not. So let's move on, guys. Let's say hello to several of our friends in the chat. Once again, oh shit. Some rando brother. He goes 9384 at the worst. It wasn't even close. Highway robbery. Okay, brother. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Hopefully, it keeps you warm at night, right? Because that's some bullshit. Uh-oh. My brother Montequilla, former prize fighter, he says, Devin isn't the guy people think he is. No, he's an arrogant, entitled sack of shit. And that's one of the reasons why no one likes him and he can't sell tickets, Adam. You know, brother. You know. Look, I will say this, though. Every sport needs a villain, especially boxing. You know what? He's a likely candidate because already no one likes him. No one.
Ooh.
And let me ask you guys something. Did his post-fight interview, did it remind you of somebody?
Tyson Fury.
No, fuck no. No, he wishes. No. Hey, you know what? Hey, it's all gravy up in here, baby. Hey, you know, he's a hell of a fighter. Dude, that's Floyd Mayweather. Dude, he is replicating Floyd in his post-fight interview. I'm like, brother, I used to do PR. Be yourself. Everyone can sniff out the faux Floyd. Be yourself.
I thought he was pretty. I thought he was pretty kind of kissing Lomachenko's butt in that post-fight interview. I don't know if that was to
Whoa, hold on. Isn't that what Floyd did? Oh, you know what? He's a hell of a
Floyd
fighter.
often did that.
He's a hell of a fighter. You know, I can't take anything away from him.
Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah,
he said,
look, go back and watch.
He said the same thing about Gotti.
Yep, dude, go back and watch. He even had the stutter down. Right? He even had the stutter down packed. Look, all I'm saying is from a PR perspective, brother, find your own personality. Watch some WWF. Look, motherfucker, be the Godfather. Pimping ain't easy. That's better than what you have now. Shit. So T-Funky, if you had to pick a WWF or WWE moniker to replicate anything but Floyd, what would you recommend for the new villain of boxing, the undisputed villain at 35?
Man, a lot of good choices.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't know?
I would say he should steal some of the Rock's lines. You know, I feel like he was a really good trash talker. You know,
dude, The Rock was one of a kind. That's impossible to replicate, though. I was thinking more Booker T. Can you dig it, sucker? Or remember when Vince McMahon used to play the fool? And did he really say that?
Yeah,
or that feud with Booker T, right?
You should take
that feud with Booker T. You know what? I can beat your ass easy. 1, 2, 3 when I'm healthy. I love Booker T. The Harlem Heat. You know what? That's what he should do. Like, honestly, pick anything. Even Ted DiBiase. Everyone has a price.
Nah,
right?
He should go by way of Road Dogg and his partner, man, from D-Generation X. He should take the D-Generation X stand.
When they used to imitate Michael Buffer, right?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to suck it.
Seriously, that would fit his persona. Because
what about hey, you know, I've seen you at that place down there. Down where, Scotty? Down here. Needs some point in his cock. Dude, God bless and rest in peace the great Scott Hall. God damn.
Yeah. Baron von Raschke.
Oh shit.
This is all you need to know.
Dude, I love classic wrestling, man. Honestly. And once again, people lose sight of this. How amazingly charismatic the big, fat, and ugly Dusty Rhodes was.
Oh,
that guy was one of the very best in history on the mic. Like, honestly, Devin Haney would be wise to study those great characters with great charisma, because right now he has zero. Now think about this, people.
I'll tell you who was good. Who was really good? Nick Bockwinkel.
Oh, Nick Bockwinkel. Shit.
Nick Bockwinkel was great. Yeah.
I will tell you this. Okay, once again, he would be wise to study the greats from the WWF and the WWE, because right now he needs some personality. He needs some kind of charisma. And once again, brother, if you're hoping that fame and fortune is just going to fall into your fucking lap, think again. Just ask your mentor, Floyd Mayweather. It takes work. It takes practice. It takes concept. And right now, you need something, because you've got the fucking personality of a stick. And I will say this, as a free agent. He and Bill Haney believe they have this amazing leverage. I'm here to tell you guys, educate you guys on the business of boxing. Free agency doesn't work for people who couldn't sell out my living room on a Saturday night.
Why do people think that's the best way to go? It's so weird, isn't it?
It doesn't work unless you can sell tickets. And Devin Haney, now, as you know, EJ, how many fans does he have even in his hometown? Lomachenko was the crowd favorite. Holy shit! Someone from the Ukraine was the crowd favorite in Vegas over someone from Vegas.
You got a super chat from ICB Devo.
Oh, hold on, brother. Hold on. No, this is Izzy B. Devo. Thank you, my friend, for joining us tonight. I agree with Coach Kogi. Same day weigh-ins, and I'll add my grandfather's sentiments as well. 15-round championship fights, and we have zero controversy. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. That is absolutely right. And once again, that's a great new topic. I'm going to keep this on the board. G-Funky, how do you feel about same-day weigh-ins, 15-round fights, and once again, compared to 9 a.m. weigh-ins on Friday? What's the point of even having divisions? Like what's the point?
Yeah, it's I have my takes on it, and there's pros and cons to it. I feel like same day weigh-ins will shake up everything in boxing. We'll see these guys like Haney will probably be fighting as a welterweight or maybe even a super welterweight if there was same day weigh-ins. It would change things so much, man. But I'm actually working on doing a show and an interview with some people that were involved in doing the 36-hour weigh-ins and stuff like that. So I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, I have my thoughts on it. I know that they say it's for the safety of the fighters and things like that, but
bullshit.
Yeah, everything has its pros and cons.
Look, guys. If you think this is for the safety of the fighters, what safety is there in weight bullying? And if you think it's bad now, well, buckle up. It's going to get worse. Because now I've been told that California, Nevada, Texas, and New York, in all of their major events, are going to be implementing this same practice. 9 a.m. weigh-ins and 7 p.m. Commercial weigh-ins. Ceremonial weigh-ins. Dog shit weigh-ins, right?
Not cool.
Yep. So what are your thoughts on that, Peter?
I think it's really bad. I think it ought to be on the same day, and I think they ought to fight 15 rounds like they used to. You wouldn't have half of the controversy that you have right now.
Yep.
12 rounds. I think they went to 12 rounds simply because the networks wanted them to go to 12 rounds, and it fits right into their schedule.
No, that happened because double the deaths back at 15 rounds. But then you had 15 round, you had 15 round fights just on non-championship fights. So they had to. I understand them taking away the 15 round fights, but just if you're doing the 15 round fight just on championship fights, just for belt fights, I can see that. Same day weigh-in, I can see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Makes sense.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. And once again, you see, I'm going to have to replace your super chat. And once again, thank you for always being a valued extended family member of WAWR Radio. But I have to focus on this shit real quick. Joe, the boxing chill, back at it. Okay, goodbye, cocksucker. I'm getting ready to block you. Have a good day. Have a nice life. I will never see you again. Eat shit and die, brother. And there you have it. Chingao, brother. Look, if anyone wants to know what the genesis is of this troll war that I've been experiencing for the last week, Go listen to my brother James's show at the Boxing Source. And once again, I had enough with fans arguing and trying to, well, insist that they know more than guys in the actual business. I told them, you know what? Shut the fuck up and listen if you want to learn. Because that's what I did. That's what Lee did. That's what G Funky did. Shut the fuck up and listen. And quit trying to debate people who actually know more. Shut the fuck up. And this is what started everything, right? G Funky, am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Dude, these cocksuckers, once again, these are guys who will never work a day in their lives in this fucking business. Not even being the towel boy for a fighter, even at the club level. They will never go to a gym. They will never interview a fighter. They will never be part of even a club level event. Yet they insist and want to argue with someone who's actually been in the business for 20 years. And I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm actually a nice guy, and I'm actually taking the time out to try and discuss this shit with you. Would Lou DiBella do that? What would he do if he were in this situation? He would tell you to go fuck yourself.
I heard him say that shit earlier today. He told someone to go fuck themselves.
That's it.
So,
okay, what would Bob Aaron tell them?
Let's say, no, Bob Aaron was like, go shut your asshole.
You know what? You don't know shit about boxing. Go fuck yourself. What would Jeff Mayweather tell them? He would start laughing and turn around and walk off. What would Abel Sanchez tell them? You know, I don't have time to school you, bro. What would James Gogi tell them?
Oh, yeah. Gogi, man, he's good. I like
even
Gogi, Joe, Gogi would tell him this.
I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother.
Go get your shine box. Ping pong.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Fucking Gogi. Look, I will say this, guys. I will say this. How many trainers do you know of and fighters, right? This is how special James Gogi is, guys. And once again, this is going to put everything in perspective. This is why I'm very loyal and I love James Gogi. He is the fucking truth. How many trainers and fighters do you know of who are still wrong in most of their prognostications in every big fight? Most of them, right? They're like 75% at best. Gogi, brother, he's right about everything about 95% of the time. It's shocking. He is the fucking truth. And once again, guys, jot it down when he makes predictions. Jot it down and just go back to it in reference. That's how sharp he is. And unfortunately, he's too smart for his own good because he doesn't put up. Well, it's because you don't know him personally, but he doesn't put up with dog shit. Look, Gogi is a special breed. Like, I love the guy. I've known him for 15 years.
I got a question to ask you.
I've been working with him on the radio for 12, right? And I swear to God, he is wrong in his pre-fight prognostication. Not only will he tell you who's going to win, but he'll tell you how he's going to do it. And he is right 95% of the time. That's how special James Gogi is. He is the cream of the crop in boxing. And I stand by that.
Yeah, he comes off good on camera, too.
Dude
makes me laugh.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle, doesn't he?
I actually got a question for the panel. How many of you guys, other than Joseph, because I know Joseph has done a few, how many of you guys in the panel have done interviews with boxers and coaches and stuff like that, where you have a good dialogue? How many of you done that?
I've done it several times since I've been since we had the ability to to go live like this on YouTube, and it's been great. I've enjoyed it.
All right. Well, I got a question to ask you and Joseph. Then here's the thing: how do you get past? Joseph, you're gonna laugh at this, right? But how do you get past the fan factor of an interview? Getting past your own fanaticism for a specific fighter, coach, or whatever it may be. How do you get past that and actually get the interview done where it works? Because here's what happened to me on Saturday. Don't laugh. I didn't even tell the fucking story yet. Don't laugh. I was sitting there with Maestro. I don't know if you guys know who Maestro is, but I ran into Maestro and we started talking and stuff like that. And then he tells me Zab Judah's right behind me. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get him a question. Got the phone ready and everything, turned around and choked. Just fucking choked. You know, I turned from the guy that was gonna ask the ultimate question to, oh my God, it's Zab Judah. Oh my God, it's this person. Oh my, I couldn't get the fanatic out. How do you do that? Because I feel like I failed my channel because I was too much of a fan of the fight. Instead of try to be the journalist that I thought I was, because I have good questions, but the fanatic came out of me and I couldn't ask a question. How do you get past that? Please tell me so I can improve my fucking channel, because I missed out on interviews, God damn it.
I'll just say for me.
Go ahead, G Funky. Your experience. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'll go first. Like, for me, it was easy because I had family and friends that were actually pro fighters, amateur fighters, and I spent a lot of time around them, a lot of time in gyms and around trainers and stuff. So like, it's kind of easy to just break the ice for me, I guess, because I've done it for many years. And you just kind of for me, it's almost like at times, yeah, I have questions prepared, but then like we just start talking and it's just like we're doing right now, just shooting the shit, you know, most of the time. And it's fun, man. I mean, I could talk boxing literally all day long. You know, I've just been doing it for so long.
Well, look, here's a lesson that I learned from fat ass Dan Raphael. When I first got into this business, right? I had fat ass working with USA Today. Step right in front of me, right? He didn't even ask any questions. He almost shoved he shoved me out of the way. And with that big hole, like that big rotund girth, right? Behemoth girth of his, he just stepped right in front of me, shoved me out of the way, and started his interview, right? So that's it. Once again, just like the cheerleaders say, be aggressive. Be aggressive. So that's it, dude. Right, be aggressive. Be aggressive and be focused and don't take no for an answer. Once again, go ahead, sir.
I have no problem. Like, I've talked to Nonito Dinero. I've talked with a few fighters online that I'm not all starstruck with. Nonito I am starstruck with, but because him and I have talked so many times.
Look, dude, Nonito and Rachel, I will tell you this, and G Funky knows this. He's from the same area. They are two of the best people, and unlike anyone else you will ever meet in the boxing industry, they're an anomaly. They are much friendlier and open than anyone else you will ever meet. Like I've been friends with Nonito and Rachel for, dude, ever since he was campaigning at 112.
Yeah.
Dude, he is a great guy. I knew him back before he even had his first child. And I will admit this. God, I couldn't help it. I had a crush on Rachel. Dude, she's lovely. Like, she like in person, it's even worse, brother. It's I couldn't help myself. And I even told Nonito, I'm like, brother, don't take this the wrong way. I love you, man, but I've got a crush on your wife. And he goes, you know what, man? Join the club. Everyone does. Yeah, she is lovely inside and out, brother.
That took a lot of guts, Joe.
That's
brother, if you didn't know already, I don't have a filter.
Here's the thing, Joseph. Nonito and Rachel, they made me feel comfortable. Because Rachel, I know she jokes around when she says it, but she knows that I always got a book full of questions. She calls it my infamous book because I asked her 20 questions back to back, and she couldn't believe the intelligence of the questions and the sheer audacity I had of asking her as the manager of the questions. She respected me for that, and I love that. She made me feel comfortable. And then when I got to talk to Nonito about it, and interview him, they both made me feel comfortable. Why did I lose my shit on boxing night on Saturday?
Look, man. Look, they're special people. They are. You won't meet anyone else like them within the boxing business. With that said, I want to thank and welcome my brother to the show. Thank you for sticking up for me, my friend, from all the trolls. He said, Joe worked with the likes of Emmanuel Stewart, James Gogi, Ronnie Shields. Trolls, be quiet, humble yourself, or go get your freaking shine box. Woo!
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Thank you, Sly Tendencies. I really appreciate that, my friend. And once again, I know how this kind of Cold War started, right? What I want to know is, though, how would they know the difference? They've been accusing me of being a paid media shill. How the fuck would they know the difference? Like, seriously, think about that, guys. How the fuck would they know the difference between a media shill and someone who has journalistic integrity?
They wouldn't, man.
No, they wouldn't. They're a bunch of fucknuts, dude. They're a bunch of fucknuts who still believe in Glovegate. So they can kiss my ass.
Sometimes,
and have a nice day.
Joe, sometimes when you entertain these trolls, and I've been through it in my boxing, I ran websites for years, and they get to you, and sometimes you kind of start losing focus on what everything is about, the positivity of boxing, the good people. Obviously, there's a lot of snakes out there, but they really kind of get under your skin, and you start focusing on them. And sometimes it's hard to kind of like let it go, because I mean they will just keep coming at you, in the message board. Remember years ago, and it's really difficult to kind of avoid these people. I mean, they really do. They get under your skin a lot. I mean, I can kind of see it, and I've been through it, and it's really irritating. But it's kind of like it's become a part of how boxing is now, because now you have
any rite of passage now.
Comment, you know what I mean?
Well, I will say this. And it's very unfortunate in this era of YouTube journalism, if you want to fucking call it that. These guys, once again, journalism in America has been dead for decades. Like, these are guys who wouldn't know the difference between opinion and fact. And that's a reality. These are glorified fans with a camera and a mic. They don't know shit from Shinola. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But I will say this. And you're absolutely right, Platinum. You're absolutely right, brother. You're a smart guy. I will say this. Like Emmanuel Stewart told me, hey, man, look, just exercise mind over matter. You don't mind because they don't fucking matter. That's it.
That's it, too. It's a virtual reality here on YouTube anyway. It's inconsequential. It doesn't make any difference.
But nonetheless, thank you, Sly. I appreciate you being there, man. I appreciate you having my back. Peter, have you been writing anything lately?
Actually, I always write something. Every time I pick it up, I write something. But I've been painting the house, so I haven't been writing much. I'm kind of sore tonight.
G Funky, if you didn't know, Peter is a virtuoso folk guitar player that plays an awesome 12-string. So what kind of 12-string do you have? Do you have a Martin or a Guild, or what do you have?
No, I bought it from China. It's a Beige Wing or something like that. It had a pickup in it, and then I got one of those Tonewood amps and put it on the back of it, and then I redid the bridge and straightened the neck out on it, and it plays really good. It's downstairs. Then I got this old Gibson 6-string that's what's on my YouTube videos that my brother found in the attic. That's a good little guitar.
Dude, it's amazing.
But you know,
honestly, next month, I'm taking my son to go see Leo Kottke at the Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas.
Oh, that's going to be cool, bro.
Nice. And you know what, G-Funky, that's who Peter reminds me of. He sounds like Leo Kottke.
Anybody in there play a sitar? You guys heard of that instrument? Anybody plays that in here?
A sitar?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a very look in the Western Hemisphere. That's a very, very different instrument that has. Well, here's why, guys. And once again, if you study music theory, and once again, that's what I went to school for, right? I majored in music composition. I sang opera for 7 years, and music theory. Guys who study Western civilization, they understand that the smallest interval in music is the minor second. The reason why the sitar isn't so popular here, because they have intervals smaller than a minor second, and it's very, very difficult for the Western ear to adapt to that.
Well, didn't George Harrison play the sitar as well?
George Harrison was a freak, man.
I know my shit, though. I know he played.
Dude, yeah, look. I love George Harrison. He was probably, aside from Joe Walsh, the most underrated guitar player of all time. Am I right, Peter?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I always liked that. Joe Walsh, man, a great slide player, but Duane Allman was there.
Oh my gosh. Duane Allman. See, I'm talking about underrated. Duane Allman, if you're a music guy, you know exactly who Duane Allman is. And he's one of the best lead guitar players of all time. He is the melody maker. Like, just listen to what's it called? Crossroads seem to come and go. What is that song?
Sweet Melissa.
Sweet Melissa. Yes. Listen to the melody of Sweet Melissa. His lead is absolutely gorgeous. It's such an integral part of the song.
Hey, I gotta tell Electric Dead something. I was in Macon, Georgia. Yeah, because I went down there because I dug the Allman Brothers, right? So I took my Les Paul and I took my twin reverb, and I buzzed on down there. Well, I was in Grant's Lounge one night, and Greg Allman was in there playing, right? Electric Dead, you're gonna like this, okay? So I'm sitting at the bar, and David Walshaw was sitting next to me. I was sitting there talking to him, and I just had to have a beer. I took this beer, and I drank a couple of drinks of it, and then I took one big drink, and I turned over to my left, and there was Cher sitting there. And all of a sudden, all that beer fizzed up in my mouth, man. And
brother,
and I was trying to really act cool, like, hey, babe, Yeah,
let me ask you something.
It started running down the sides of my mouth, man. It was like,
and that's understandable. Shit. Look, brother. Like, people don't realize when you actually come face to face and person to person with a woman as fine as Cher, they don't make them like that in real life, do they?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, how you doing, babe? You looking good.
Look, brother,
beer running down my face.
There's a reason why she's as famous as she is, and it's not because of her voice.
It's because of the depth of her throat.
Oh, stop it. Oh. Stop it. Look, dude.
That was a joke, man.
Look. Cher is as fine as wine, man. Especially when she was younger.
Holy
shit. Holy shit. And you're thinking, How on earth did an ugly dude like Greg Allman end up with her?
Oh man,
Holy
she was looking
shnikes.
so good, man. You know, it was
No
like,
shit.
wow.
And once again, he's not the ugliest. Sonny Bono. Holy fuck. Oh my gosh, dude. What the hell? Is she into ogres? What the hell? Like, she could get anyone she wants. She's smart. She's hot. She's tall. She's stacked. She's got it all. And she ends up with Sonny Bono and Greg Allman?
Well,
Holy shit. Once again, yeah, they don't make them like her in real life. I'll say that.
Oh man, yeah. She was so hot, man. I was so embarrassed, man.
Yeah,
dripping down on my shirt, you know.
Not my cup of tea, but that's just my personal opinion.
What? Dude, what do you mean she's not your cup of tea? She's every guy's cup of tea.
I don't know. I'm kind of into a different type of women.
Yeah, that's why beer was spilling down your fucking gullet, right? Yeah, because she's not your type. Yeah, I can see that. Now, of course, she's not your type. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah. Look, I'll say this. And we're almost on 2 hours, guys. And once again, I appreciate all of you guys being here. And I apologize that I'm in bad voice and I'm sick. But, guys, the show must go on. And once again, G-Funky, thank you for being always the professional. And I'm sure Leah's asleep right now because he has to work. He works in the Pentagon or something, right? He's from D.C. And once again, guys, if you haven't already, please go visit FightSaga.com. FightSaga.com. Official sponsor of Warwick Radio. And Platinum Fights. Thank you, brother, for visiting us tonight. Thank you for providing your insight. EJ, thank you, brother, for being always our brother. And once again, guys, how many do you need to get over 1,000?
All I need is 50 more.
Let's do it, guys. Let's get EJ over 1,000. Guys, let's do it. Let's make that our mission. Let's get EJ over 1,000. G-Funky, once again, thank you for being my brother, my friend, and for being the epitome of journalistic integrity. And Peter, brother, you're a great guy. Thank you for being such a passionate fan. Thank you for being such a great musician. And once again, thank you for being such an awesome storyteller. And I'm going to share that and I'm going to make fun of you next time I see Cher. How do you like that? So guys. No, I'm joshing, brother. I'm joshing. I love you, man. I love you guys. So thank you guys for being a part of this program. My apologies for being 3 sheets to the wind. But once again, that's how I deal with being sick. So guys, if you didn't know, yes, Lomachenko didn't get robbed. But I will say this. He deserved, just like Devin Haney, to win the fight. Both men on Saturday night put forth performances in which they both deserved a win. I would have been happy with the draw.
Best fight I've seen all year.
That's what I wanted to say. I mean, let me put it to you this way. I watched every fight that day. I was there for every fight. I didn't miss not one.
Good for you, my friend. Good for you.
I wanted to go to the bathroom, but I didn't want to miss anything exciting. From the first fight to the last fight, Loma and Devin had a lot to live up to. Not just because of the history between those two, but because the fight card that night was so impressive and did such a great job that you knew those two were going to make the best of this fucking fight. Because could you imagine that the Loma Haney fight being boring while everything else was exciting? I couldn't picture that. There was no way those two men were going to let that shit go. There was no way those two were going to let that fucking happen. They knew they had a lot to live up to, and they lived up to it. Not just on their own shit, but based on what happened earlier. I mean, I got to give Maloney total ups. The guy, him and his brother, those two are some sick motherfuckers. They fight, and they fight well. Maloney had the most heart that I've seen in a long time, and he got in there and he got knocked.
Got his ass whooped. Look, two things, CJ. Once again, when you see the heart, right, of a real fighter like Maloney and his brother, do you really think ducking exists among fighters, or is it a fan-driven concept?
I think
it's fan-driven.
I think it's a
fuck yeah, dude.
Fan-driven.
Look. If you, and once again, G Funky already knows, when you talk to these fighters, if a matchup made life-changing money, they would step in the ring with Godzilla tomorrow. That's how fearless these guys are, taking punishment for our entertainment. And two, brother, do you think Junto Nakatani was the beneficiary of the new Devin Haney 9 a.m. weigh-in rule?
Sure looked like it.
Fuck yeah, dude, he's a biscuit shy of featherweight. Holy shit, he makes Nonito Donaire look like a midget. Oh my gosh, dude. That guy is a monster at 115. So I'll say this, even though it has no possibility of being made, come on, bring on Bam Rodriguez versus Junto Nakatani at 115.
Good fight.
It. Wouldn't you rather see that?
One Strata.
Well, look, wouldn't you rather see that than Sonny Edwards?
Yeah,
I would.
Come on, man.
I kind of like Sonny though.
In the same
Look. I like Sonny. He seems like a great guy, a very skilled fighter. But come on, let's just face it. He's the Yuri Foreman of 112. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now, guys. Come on now. The
Hey,
Yuri
my brother,
Foreman of 112. Dude, look.
My brother and I were watching Lomachenko and Haney. And my brother, he comes over on Sunday morning. So I put it back on for him. I said, you got to see this. And I think it was around the 8th round. And it was it was later on. It was like a 11th or something like that. Anyway, when they were done fighting, they walked back to the corner just like nothing happened. He goes, well, they just walked back to the corner like nothing happened. I go, yeah, those guys got stamina, man. They're going to fight. They are like fighting, man. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, man. Guys, we are so fortunate. Once again, we're so fortunate. Like, what other sport does their superstar athletes have this kind of access? Like, guys, we're so fortunate, and most guys are blowing it. This is why I have such great admiration and credit. I give credit to G Funky, right? EJ, you do a great job too. Lee always does a fantastic job. Once again, guys, take advantage of this opportunity. Go support your local shows, local fighters. Okay? Take advantage of the opportunity that you have. Like EJ, when you go and view one of these main events, these big time events, take advantage of it. Guys, God bless you guys. And once again, thank you for being on this broadcast. And once again, my apologies for having a cold and, well, sucking down on Grandpa's old cough medicine. And guys, on that note, on behalf of my esteemed panel, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to Warwick Radio. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Eyes and your lingering affection. I just want your eyes and your lingering affection. I just want your eyes and your lingering affection.
Saga.com and Halftime Pizza proudly present WAWR Week Radio Chats with ring announcer and commentator Joseph Heron.